We've created an app that helps organizations to drive improvement through efficiencies, which drives time savings and helps you to reallocate your resources to more important tasks so that you can be proactive instead of reactive by streamlining all the different processes to increase your customer satisfaction. We can provide all the data to your clients in real time through the NetSuite customer portal. We can also accelerate your billing needs through automation or through dashboards to ensure that your clients get billed efficiently and as quickly as possible. While all of this data is available in NetSuite, we're able to also give you a map view of the data through the NetSuite bundle that gets installed for NetSuite or through the mobile app. We provide dashboards and KPIs to help you make the best business decisions while running your field operation. Within the mobile app, we can capture signatures, take photographs, provide inline tasks, or provide PDF task list or checklist. Let's take a look at ONSIGHT built for NetSuite. You'll notice that once the ONSIGHT bundle is installed in your NetSuite environment, you'll then have access to the ONSIGHT menu. The field service record or field work order is the central record where all data relates back. If I click the new field work order button from the dashboard, you'll quickly see that the field work order opens. This is where you would enter the customer or any other information about the work. This information can all be auto-populated if you create a field work order from a sales order, from a project, or from a project task. Customer has been populated, you can see the location history, which is any orders that have been previously completed. This is very useful information. From the Item subtab, you can add any item such as field service labor. I'm going to add 2 hours of field service labor to this order for our demo purposes. This will be billed later whenever this field work order is billed. From the Related Record subtab, you'll notice that there's a related case. If this field work order were created from a related case, the case would be listed here. If this were created from a sales order, the sales order would be listed under the related transaction. If this were created from a project, you would see the related project, and if this were created from a related project task, you would see the related project task. Once this field work order is invoiced, you'll see the related invoice, and down below, you will see any transactions or projects that are related as well. The Final subtab allows you to upload things like PDF checklist, PDF instructions, photographs, and other files that help the field technician or delivery driver to complete the task once they're on site. The Note tab includes any communication I mentioned earlier that you can message back and forth. All of those chats get recorded against the field work order. Chats can easily be created from our app view and from our mobile app that I'll display later. You can choose a category, and this is completely customizable. These categories can be tied to providing the duration of the assignment. I'm just going to choose demo. This is the scope of work. I'm going to type in, this is a demo work order. Again, this can copy over from a case or a project. I'm going to click Find Available Workers. This resource availability module allows you to quickly assign a worker to an assignment. I'm just going to put a date in here and a duration of 2 hours. You can have skills in the system and rate your workers based on novice, skilled, or master. This is all completely customizable and stored on the vendor record within NetSuite. I'm going to click Refresh here and find a worker that's available to complete my order. Once you've chosen your start date and the duration of your work order, you click Refresh. Workers will be displayed to you. And as you can see here, these workers have different time slots available that are 2 hours in duration. Jared and Michael both have other orders in the same radius because we can set a radius and look for relevant jobs that you don't send multiple workers to the same region. I'm just going to choose a time slot here. Once you choose the time slot, the worker gets assigned. There are lots of flags on the work orders for high priority, ETA confirmed, and en route. And we can drive automated emails and text messages out to the client, to the field worker, or to anyone else that you set up in your system. That's all customizable during your configuration and implementation. There are also flags for revisit needed, misdiagnosis, out of scope, or billable. Out of scope, billable, and misdiagnosis are very important to ensure that you don't miss billing opportunities. Revisit needed helps the dispatcher, a field manager, know that we need to schedule a revisit work order, which will then be related to the work order. I'm going to click Save here. I want to show you that these badges appear at the top of the order. These are just visual cues that correspond back to the different checkboxes down below. We have a very convenient map interface. It's all built within NetSuite. This is an overlay and provides all of the data in a visual format instead of the normal field and form format that we're used to in NetSuite. You'll notice that if you zoom out, our map interface is actually using the Google API, and it will cluster all of the calls that are in the system in our demo environment. We have 549 calls. I click back into the St. Louis region. You'll see that it quickly moves me back to St. Louis. This is where our headquarters is. I'm going to actually apply a filter because you can easily apply a filter based on any field that is in NetSuite. I'm going to choose a customer for this demo. Once the filter is applied, you will notice that I no longer have all 549 total work orders. It's now just 26. So if I go look at the old work order that are in progress, I can easily click on the icon to the left of that field work order, and it opens up this nice little display window that lets me see all the details about this field work order. If I want to go to the field work order back in NetSuite, I can click the icon here in the upper left. We go back to the map view. You can click the information icon here, which also displays any flags or statuses that happen to be checked on the work order. The time clock icon lets you see any clock in and out on this order. All the check-in and checkouts can either be completed from this interface, from within NetSuite, or from the mobile app. Normally these would all be entered from the mobile app, but if for some reason the technician loses their phone or some other scenario, you can easily still check them in and out from within NetSuite and within the ONSIGHT app. The radius icon here lets you see the radius for that order to find workers within the region. Shopping cart icon lets you add any items to the order. The paperclip icon allows you to upload any manuals, PDF documents, any instructions, or checklist. You also notice the deliverables are stored here as well. All of the deliverables and documents get stored in the AWS cloud so they do not fill up the NetSuite filing cabinet. Earlier I mentioned the chat feature. You can easily chat with a worker right from NetSuite. This sends a push notification to their device. You'll notice that there's a map legend on the left. In our demo environment, we have field work orders, projects, and cases all turned on. Not every client chooses to use all of those records. This is all completely customizable, and a configuration file gets installed in your environment during configuration and implementation. If you want to hide any of these icons, for instance, and you don't want to see the canceled work orders, you can toggle those off and on. If you click on a home location, this is the technician's home, and you can see their radius. You can see their inventory with the inventory icon. And you can also chat back and forth. Instead of these chats being stored against the fieldwork, they are stored against the vendor record in NetSuite. You'll notice the dotted line coming from the home location leading to the technician's vehicle. Again, the vehicle has its own inventory and its own chat capabilities. The chats from a vehicle or from a home all get stored against the vendor record. You can create a route for the technician right from the app. There's different optimization and algorithms that can be configured for your environment for different weights based on call priority, customer location, current location of tech, and different parameters. You can see all the work orders here. This is filtered by our existing client that I've chosen. All of these columns are completely customizable based on your needs. Right from the list, you can click on one of these work orders and it opens up on the map. These are all very similar. We just happen to have total field work orders in progress, and field work orders to schedule all available from the menu. You can search for the inventory right from the map interface as well. Again, these columns are completely customizable and based on inventory items in NetSuite. You can click on an icon next to the inventory item you're looking at, and it will show you on the map where the vehicle, warehouse, or home location is within the item. It makes it very easy to find the item. You can search by any field that's associated with an inventory item. Now let's take a look at the ONSIGHT scheduler. With the ONSIGHT scheduler, dispatchers and project managers can easily view and schedule field work orders by day, week, month, or timeline view. In any of the views, you can quickly and easily drag and drop the FWOs to reschedule them. From the day view, you can easily view the scheduled field work order for today or the chosen date. From the week view, you can easily view the scheduled field work orders for the week. From the month view, you can easily view the scheduled field work orders for the month. From any of the views, you can easily double-click a field work order to make quick modifications such as status, type, title, scope of work, assigned worker or crew, scheduled date start time, and scheduled date end time. By clicking on the Open Fieldwork Order button, you can open the fieldwork record in NetSuite. You can delete, save, or cancel. From the timeline view, you can quickly see the scheduled fieldwork orders for each of your field technicians or field crews. You can easily drag fieldwork orders from one field tech or field crew to another to reassign them. We have a map tool which enables organizations to quickly highlight locations and areas on a map. This ensures the field tech knows which areas they need to work in and can quickly identify which types of work they will perform. This can be useful in construction, agricultural industry, and in landscaping. Now I'm going to demonstrate the ONSIGHT mobile application. I'm currently running this on my iPhone for demo purposes. You can see that as a technician, you still have access to the map and you can see your calls on the map. You can click on the wheel icon and go to the satellite view if you choose to in the upper left-hand corner. You can zoom in from the satellite view and see a more visual aid of where this is on your map. You also have the capabilities to only look at your current scheduled calls, any completed calls, or look at both. You can look at just the current range, which includes today and forward, just the future, or all calls. In the lower right, if for some reason the map is no longer centered, you can click on the icon and it will recenter the map for you. From the My Work tab, you can see any calls that are currently in progress. As you can see, the little numbers 1 and 2 indicate which call you should go to first. This is all based on an algorithm of a weighted client, a weighted order based on its priority, as well as the distance the field worker is from the orders, and other parameters that can be configured during setup. The calendar on the phone also lists the technician to the upcoming work orders, as well as past orders if they need to go back and reference something. This would be the agenda that they would see if they have multiple calls in one day. Back on the main work tab, you can see in progress scheduled as well as completed calls. You can click on the icons on the map to open up field work orders or to get driving directions as well. If I click on one of the orders, I can see a lot of details about that order. You can see the customer's name as well as the order, dates, and time. It tells me its status in the upper left. The exclamation point indicates this is a high priority order. If I click on the location address, I can quickly get driving directions. It tells you the fastest route based on traffic and weather conditions. You can see the description and the scope of work. If I click on the project manager, I can see their contact information, and I could easily click on their phone number and give them a call. I could also click on their email address and email them if I needed to. I can see the status of the order. I can click on the customer's information as well, see their address, their phone number, and I can easily click and call the customer. If there were any other contacts listed for this customer, I could click on the contact list and see the data as well. I can see all the field flags. Is this high priority? And if my ETA has been confirmed, that I'm en route, and all of the information can be used to drive notifications to the client and or project manager or field manager back at the office. Our app comes packaged with custom fields, which can be accessed from the mobile phone and can easily be assigned for your needs. You can get a customer signature while on site and capture that right from your phone. You can add this to your order and key any information that needs to be keyed in. And I need to mark this as a misdiagnosis. I can easily do that, which will drive billable events. And then I can save the order. You can easily check in and out right from the app. If we have the crew feature enabled, you would be able to click on the worker here and change the worker's name. There's also a new field that's going to be in the next release that allows you to assign information about what the worker's completing. Again, you can message right from the application, and the message is to be stored on the FWO and NetSuite. You can add items from the mobile app. On the Files tab, you can see things such as installation guides. In our example, we have a water filtration installation guide. As you can see, it loads very quickly on your phone. All of these files are loaded on the AWS cloud. On the Deliverables tab, this is where the technician can use their camera to quickly grab images or take images while they're on site. In our example, we uploaded some images underneath the kitchen sink. Each image is associated with the field work order as well as a customer for easy reference later. The technician can also see the history of the site, and they can click in and view any information. If it was a different technician that was assigned, they could quickly click the information and give that technician a call. Thank you for watching the on-site demo. Quickly schedule a meeting today by scanning the QR code located on the screen.